What is going on, guys? ActionPack379 here, and today I am being joined by Fritski's voice to talk about Kong Skull Island. Fritski, thank you so much for coming out here to do Skull Island with me, and yeah, I said it's just his voice because it's kind of self-explanatory. So I'm just gonna put some Spider-Man PS5 gameplay over him.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Alex, aka Fritski, and today I'm gonna be helping out my boy ActionPack Studio 79 take a look at Kong Skull Island, the 2017 release and Kong standalone film in the Monsterverse.
But as you read from the title, we are going to be reviewing the second installment in the Monsterverse franchise, which is everybody's favorite, except for mine, Kong Skull Island.
Misery loves you. Misery loves.
When it comes to things in my book that Kong Skull Island did good in my book, first and foremost, the biggest thing was the pacing. It was extremely entertaining from beginning to end. There was never really a point in time where I felt bored, per se, and I felt like within the first 2 minutes, we are already invested into this film and want to see what's going to happen next. And it never once lost my attention. It never once lost my focus. I never found myself daydreaming at any point, and I think that's a really important thing, especially when it comes to giant CGI monster films, is that if it's not entertaining and if it loses your attention, it loses its value.
I think that they do a really good job portraying Skull Island as this place that's basically hell on earth. People are getting constantly brutally murdered by these creatures, and it does a great job of bringing Skull Island to life. And I don't know, in some aspects it's better than King Kong 2005, in some aspects it's worse, because I do not think that this bug scene will ever be topped. But you do got some really good scenes in Skull Island, like this spider scene and the scenes with the birds, and you're constantly thinking, how did this get away with the PG-13 rating? Because some of the kills are brutal.
The second thing that I really enjoyed about this movie in particular was that the Monsterverse went down a very different storytelling route rather than the other predecessor King Kong films did. The 1933, 1976, and 2005 King Kong films tell, for the most part, basically the same story. However, the Kong film we got back in 2017 kind of did its own thing. It's the only standalone Kong movie that its plot is something different, and I really like that they were able to find something that is different than what's done before, but still managed to work.
I'm definitely gonna have to agree with what Fritski just said. The way they were able to take such an iconic character like King Kong and completely change the story so that there's not an ounce of similarities between these two films is really great, and it was really good not to go through 2 hours and 30 minutes of a blonde white woman screaming, because that really gets annoying.
My last big positive that I had about Kong Skull Island kind of plays hand in hand with the pacing, as I mentioned before, but also something a little different, and it's just of how dang entertaining it was. Honestly, this for me was a really friendly reminder that not every film needs to be an art show like Citizen Kane, for example. Sometimes we just need a good piece of entertainment and a break from all the hardcore film criticizing. Kong Skull Island is the farthest thing from a Hollywood masterpiece for me, but from beginning to end, it's full of non-stop action and a great time.
I mean, the action is pretty fun in this movie. Like Fritski said, I never found myself getting bored with it. I mean, yeah, the CGI is always flawless in this movie. They never find a way to mess something up. Everything is perfect, even down to like the hairs on Kong, I guess you could say, because they all look great.
When it comes to cons or any major problems I have with this film, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but it's just a movie that when I think of film masterpieces, I'm probably not going to think of Kong Skull Island. When it comes to my final verdict, guys, seeing as how we went 12 years without seeing our favorite ape on stage, this was refreshing. This was overall a very solid and entertaining monster movie. Also, let's just say, since this film depicts Kong as a baby already kicking hiney right out of the womb, we can expect a heck of a fight this March. On my letter grade scale, I'm going to give Kong Skull Island a solid B. Well, ActionPack Studios, thank you as always for having me, my brother, and we will talk to you again soon.
But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I cannot wait for Godzilla vs. Kong. Honestly, if I hear another Godzilla will come for him, or we need Kong, the world needs him, my head is going to explode.